Hi, I'm Hui from Yarnlings, and thank you for joining me for the final chapter of this shape along that we are making this series. So I think you can roughly guess what the animal is by now, but we will just be finishing off with the facial details. And in this particular episode, we'll be talking about how we can sculpt basically how we can make a flat ear into a sculpted ear, which you will get by the end of this tutorial. So basically I just made a simple pentagon, and then I've attached it to the head of the animal, and you can see how this all plays out in the subsequent rest of the video. So as always, don't forget to check out the free pattern in my blog below, or if not, you can grab the full bundle, which has everything, including all the videos, as well as the pattern PDF for this, as well as there's a small little bonus pattern inside as well. So let's get started. Okay, so basically this is the last part where I've just transformed a pentagon that we have made into a kind of a ear shape. So this is actually probably the quickest video, but we've actually attached it on both sides, and then we'll finish off the rest of the animal, which you'll be able to guess probably by the end, more or less by the end of this tutorial. Okay, so this is the final part of the shape along, and I think it's fairly easy. Basically, I'm just making one flat shape. So we start off round 1 with chain 2, and then we do 5 single crochet stitches into the second chain from hook. You could always start off with a magic ring, but with plush chenille yarn, I always feel that it's probably easier just to work with chain 2 instead. So this is the second stitch, and then after that we will finish with another 3 more stitches to get a small circle at the end. So I'm not showing every round, I'm just showing the important rounds and then roughly explaining what is the shaping behind the shaping ideas behind each round that we create. So after finishing off the first round, we have done 5 stitches, and then we will move on to the start of round 2. So I'm actually inserting the hook into the start of round 2, and then for round 2 we'll be increasing all around the round to get 10 stitches in the round, so we'll end up with a bigger circle. Remember to place your stitch marker at the start of the round, because sometimes working with this kind of yarn can be a little bit tricky and we may lose count of our stitches. So you can see that round 2 is completed here. It's a slightly larger circle, and there are 10 stitches in the round. And then for round 3, we will be doing single crochet 1 stitch, which is already done, and then an increase, which is 3 single crochet stitches in 1 round. This is the first set done, and then we will continue with the second set, which is single crochet 1 and then 3 single crochet stitches in the next stitch. Basically, the idea behind the 3 single crochet stitches is to create a soft corner, so it's not exactly a round or a circle. So you start having corners forming, which means you can create other geometric shapes other than just a circle. In this case, we're actually trying to create a pentagon. So we are finishing off round 3 with a total of 20 stitches, and after it's done, this is how it looks like. You can see a rough pentagon forming because the corners are actually accentuated by the 3 single crochet stitches. And then this time we start off with round 4 with single crochet 2 stitches, and then after that we will do an increase, and then we will do single crochet 3 stitches along one side. So basically what we are doing is we're extending the size of the pentagon. So when we're working at the corner, we do the increase. When we're working along the sides of the pentagon, we will do the single crochet 3 stitches. So we will continue this for the rest of the round. And like I mentioned, we are just basically enlarging the pentagon in a proportionate way. And then we finish off round 4 with an increase again, just to, like I mentioned, accentuate the corner. And then we will finish off with single crochet 1, because that's actually one side, one edge of the pentagon. And then you can see that the pentagon is slowly getting larger, but it's also proportionately getting larger. So round 5 is another proportionate round of enlargement like what we did. So basically we will do the increases in the corners, and then we single crochet just along the sides. And this is how it looks like after we've completed round 5. And then now we will start off round 6 with single crochet 3 stitches. So for rounds 4 and 5, we actually just proportionally increase the size of the pentagon. For round 6, we're actually making the pentagon corners accentuate again. So we continue here with the 3 single crochet like what we did previously. 3 single crochet in 1 stitch for the corner, and then we single crochet 5 stitches along the sides. As you can see, after we have done a few rounds of enlargement, sometimes the corners are not very obvious. So here we are trying to recreate the soft corners again, so that the pentagon shape looks more obvious rather than just a regular circle. So we will continue with the 3 single crochet stitches, and then the single crochet 5 stitches along each side for the rest of this round. We will end off round 6 with 3 single crochet stitches, as well as single crochet 2 stitches at the end. So you can see we have completed round 6 over here, and the pentagon shape is coming together nicely. There are 5 sides. So we're ending off here and just using this piece at this size. We leave a long trailing yarn to sew it down to the head, like so. So we will cut off any excess that we do not need. But before we sew onto the head, I actually just want to make a little bit of changes to this flat piece, just to make it look more 3D. So what I actually intend to do is, along that side of the pentagon, I want to sew it down, the top half onto the bottom half. And I'll show you what I mean. So let's insert the yarn into the darning needle, and then we'll fold down half of this edge onto the bottom half and then sew them together. So you can see that I am trying to make both sides oppose each other and sew it down to make the ear flap kind of bend inwards, rather than just using just a pentagon. So here basically I'm going back and forth until I manage to sew this edge down, the top half of the edge onto the bottom half of the edge. So we do all this before, so you can see that it's flapping downwards slightly, which is the intention. And then after that, we will get ready to sew it onto the head. So the idea is to make the ear slightly folded over that side to turn a completely flat 2D piece into a 3D piece. Okay, so landmark the location for sewing the ear down. We will attach to about 2 rounds above the trunk and roughly at the side of the head, and it needs to be symmetrical on the other side as well. So if you find that the position of the ear is too far forward, then readjust, which is what happened to me. So I had to actually pull it out and shift it a little bit back. So what we will do is we will sew it down along the inner edge of the ear using whip stitches. So basically we'll go back and forth, and then we will sew down the side of the ear that has been folded downwards, leaving the rest of the 4 sides of the pentagon basically free and unattached. So after we finished it, it looks more like less like that. So it can fan out and it can also droop down, which is what we want for the final piece. So also at the back, I forgot to mention, the initial yarn that you start off with, remember to tuck in the straight ends. So basically what I'm doing is trying to hide it underneath the other stitches, and then I'll pull it back into the head, and then I will tie it off with the other yarn that I've been working with for the front side. So like I mentioned, we're going to go back inside the head, and then we will tie off with the initial yarn that we were working with, and then we will conceal all this excess yarn back into the head. Remember to tuck in any stray yarn that you're not using, and then remove any yarn that is fallen out basically. So you can see that we have completed the left ear and it has been sewn down, and then after that we will work symmetrically for the other side. After you have completed the same thing for the right ear, this is how it looks like. So you repeat the exact thing for the right ear by a mirror image on the other side. So you can see that the trunk is completed, the ears are completed, the arms and the legs are also all done. So I guess you can guess what animal this is right now, can you? Okay, so just to finish off, I'll be making the eyes. So I won't be showing the full tutorial for the eyes, but you can go and check out the description for the pattern on how to crochet them. But this time I'm using sport weight yarn, and then I use black and white. And then I am going to sew it down on either side of the trunk. So just to landmark, it's about 3 rounds above the start of the trunk. And then you can roughly adjust the position that you're happy with, almost along the side of the trunk. So we will make 2 sets of the crochet eyes, and then we position it in line with the trunk about 3 rounds above. So I'll be using a sport weight yarn as well as the darning needle to sew it down using mattress stitches, so that you can see that it has a stuck-on appearance rather than using whip stitches. So which is what I like to do for the eyes. So you can see how I do it here. I actually use the white yarn for the bottom, and then we will use mattress stitch to sew it down to the face. So we'll continue to crochet back and forth until the eyes are securely sewed down. For the bottom part of the eye, you can use the white yarn to secure it down, and then for the top part of the eye, you use the black yarn to secure it down, so that it's not, the stitches that sews it down are not obvious. For the last part, after you've sewn it down, I like to create a small glint in the eye. So basically I'll insert the white yarns to the black part of the eye. I will just I'll go wrap it round once to get like a small white section at the top, and then I'll insert it back into the same hole I came out from, and then I'll pull it out through the top of the head to try and tie off at the end later. But basically this is how it looks like. You can see there's a slight glint at the top of the eye, which is what I wanted to create, and then we repeat this for the other eye as well in the same direction. So after you've completed both eyes as well as including the little glints, this is how the final eyes looks like. So both eyes are sewn down, as you can see, and you can see the trunk is completed, the limbs as well. And if you guessed it right, it's an elephant. So remember to check out the description for some bonuses, because this elephant does not come alone. There's a little small backstory about it as well, and then I will show the full reveal in another video. So remember to still stay tuned for that. So do you manage to guess the right animal? Can you also please comment down below whether you like this shape along format, because I thought it was more educational this round. Thank you so much for joining me in this entire mystery shape along. I hope you've got your final animal, and if you're on my email list, do email me your final pieces, because I'd love to see them, as well as you can try it out in sport yarn or sport weight yarn or plushie weight yarn as well. So if you really like this new format for my crochet along, so I would like to call it a shape along, then please let me know so that I can make future videos like that. And remember to hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to grab the full bundle for everything inside the description below if you want to do it at your own time. So thanks for watching, thanks for joining me along for the whole thing, and I'll see you in my next pattern. Thank you, bye bye.